Then we have subdomain routing. Okay, so for like this controller will only accept the request which are coming from a specific host. Okay, and for that what we will do is like we will make use of ngrok to host our application to server side to the https port. So right now we are in a running in a local port. My application is running in localhost 3000, something like this. We are getting hello world response. So how like this ngrok works is like you have to generate you can either download or generate a CLI for ngrok, and then you have to add your auth token. Okay, and you have to deploy your app online. So I have just simply copied the command. What I will do is like ngrok http localhost 3000. So it will create me. Okay, okay, I have already opened one terminal there. So I will try it again. So now my uh, my application is redirected to this route. So here you are able to see within the https request I have this domain for my API. So what I will do is like do one thing. For my app controller I will provide some host. Okay, and I will make it as a string. Okay, so as we know that ngrok has already hosted me my localhost application. Okay, so as soon as I reload this page I am getting the hello world, but previously I was getting hello world in localhost 3000, but now it will give me 404 as I am only allowing this ngrok hosted URL to access my controller. So this is how like hosting works, but I am able to access the cats controller. Okay, but let me try to access localhost 3000. I'm getting that we are not able to access the slash route. It gives me 404, but if I am hitting the ngrok API I'm getting the hello world response. So this is how like the domain hosting works, and you are able to uh, apply it in the controller decorator. Then we have subdomain routing, which works as same, but you are able to pass on a host param along with your application. Okay, so whatever host param you pass on, you are able to access that specific level of subdomain. Then we have asynchronicity. As we know that whatever get and post and put, whatever request we are going to pass on, an instance will come well where we will try to hit the database. Okay, and all those operations are async in nature. So what I will do is like I will pass on an async string here. I will pass a promise, and let's say this hello world method in the service is to async. Okay, this will return me a promise. I am giving some set timeout method. Okay. And after 5 seconds, let's say I am just logging something, app invoked. Okay, I will just make it prettier, and yeah, so I will provide the provide the response as soon as this promise is resolved. So I will make a promise const response equals new promise. Okay. Promise will have two states, either it will resolve or it will reject, and inside that I am invoking this and I am resolving my promise as resolved, something like this. There is one more convention. If you are not using the variable, you can simply mark it as underscore or you can remove it. So what I will do, I will await for the response, await response, and then return the hello world. I don't know if it is automatically registered in ngrok, but let's try. Yeah, so our application is directly registering. So after 5 seconds we are getting this hello world. So this is how asynchronicity is handled in our NestJS. We are adding async class and async, we are able to access async functions. Okay, and we are calling our service app controller, we are calling our service here. Okay, and we are returning after awaiting it for a certain duration. You can mimic this kind of things for any of the database operations like read write and all. Okay, so this is how asynchronicity works, and we have some library specific approaches. As we know that our we can manipulate the response with a library specific response, as we know that this framework makes use of Node.js under the hood. So in the app controller, let's say I'm making another get request. Okay, and sorry, it's a post request. Okay, and I am just copying pasting this specific entire code. One thing is that you need to import all of this. So CLI automatically recognizes the imports. This response is not imported yet. So as you are able to see, we are making use of the response instance from this, what we can say, from Express.js, and we are utilizing this. So even though we return anything like hello post world, but we won't be able to utilize this as we are making use of Express.js decorator to return it from our API. Okay, so now what will I do is, like, I will create a post request. Let me just comment out this host param, host what we can say configurations. Now I will try to, yeah, so first of all I will try to get, okay, it will take 5-second time, but previously we were not able to access. Now we are able to access as soon as we have commented the host parameter. As soon as I click on this, so I am able to access only this. So hello from Express response. Okay, once I click on this, we are getting a response from the Express app. So we are no longer able to utilize the NestJS return type from the post decorator. But yeah, there is one way to hack this specific thing. Is like you lose the compatibility with the NestJS feature, which depends on standard response handling. So in NestJS there is a standard that whenever you provide a return type, it will respond to that API. You don't have to manually write whatever a status code and the individual methods like send and JSON, something like this. What we were primitively doing those things in Node.js. Okay, so what we will do is, like, in the response we have one more option to pass through it as a true. Okay, now we have like both the options. Like, we can also make use of this response status code, and we can also access this return type. So it's like we are hitting two targets in a single go. Okay, now let's say I am uh, like updating the status code to create it. Okay, so my status code is updated as per the response decorator, but we are still following the NestJS standard approach of manipulating a response. So that's it from my end. This is all about how controller works. I think I have explained most of the part of the controllers in NestJS. So that's it from my end. Thank you.